First of all, I want to say to everybody, Happy New Year's. I hope everybody had a fantastic time with their families, celebrating. Now let's get on to the video. Now that we officially have all of the figures for MonsterArts and Hiya Toys, let's take a look and do a comparison between similar versions. Now up next we have Kong from MonsterArts and the newly Godzilla vs. Kong version. Now both of them are different, and as we know, the MonsterArts attempted to do an upgraded version without really addressing the previous issues from the original Kong. This was really mostly a paint job change, the chest, and they added a few accessories. Everything else remained the same with the head sculpture, and we got a few nice accessories, we could say that definitely. And for Kong from Hiya Toys, it's mainly the same as the 2.0 upgraded version with better articulation and better details. Now there is some minor differences, as we do know both Kongs from those films are a tad bit different. So the Godzilla vs. Kong is supposed to be a little bit more brownish with less of that fur or the beard coming out from his jaw area. The face is supposed to be a little bit different, but mainly it's supposed to be the same figure with minor differences. Now, to me, looking at both of them, the Mechagodzilla accessory looks very nice on both. I cannot complain. This is going to come down to a preference on what you prefer, because as we can tell by the Hiya Toys, it has that reddish glow as if it was still powering itself. Now, it's going to come down to what matters to you as a collector. Price point, articulation, and accessories with accuracy. If you're looking for those things, then Hiya Toys is going to be the definitive version for you. If you really don't care and you might want more accessories and you don't care for accuracy or much articulation, then MonsterArts is going to be for you. I have both figures, and I have to say that the superior one would have to be Hiya Toys in terms of articulation, accuracy. It just looks like a modern figure that was made in this generation, where you have to keep in mind that the MonsterArts is a little bit outdated. Now, as of lately, there's been a lot of criticism towards MonsterArts because it used to be a company that would do very accurate figures with high details, crazy articulation, and throughout the years, Hiya Toys has slowly taken over that throne as the best articulation, the best details, the best accuracy, and a lot of collectors are simply happy with Hiya Toys. Now, we have to understand that currently between both lines, there's a major difference. Right now, you're seeing on screen a few comparisons, and when you look at those comparisons, their Godzilla Evolve is different. Their Kong Beast Club version is different. Their Scar King is different. Now, we have to understand that as of lately, those figures were mainly based on early concept art with a few liberations that they had, where Hiya Toys is a company that is devoted to full-on accuracy, details, articulation, and some accessories. And we've seen that MonsterArts can definitely shine when it really tries. For example, look at Godzilla 2000. Look at some recent figures that they've done. And recently, they've announced that they're going to do Kaiser Ghidorah from Final Wars. And honestly, as of lately, they've done Mechagodzilla, the upgraded version. And that's been a fantastic figure. You know, they've been really stepping up their game when it comes down to their classic Godzillas, and they've been teasing a lot of new things for the upcoming years. So really, you know, it just comes down to a preference, because there is people that will prefer MonsterArts over Hiya Toys and the other way around. Now, another factor would be Suko. I would have to say that the Hiya Toys is a lot better. When you look at both, don't get me wrong, the MonsterArts looks okay, but there's something funny about his face, the way he looks, and in person, The promo images are a lot better than what we got with the final version with MonsterArts. It's not the best, to be honest. Where if you look at Hiya Toys, there's more details on his arms, on his belly, his chest, everywhere. The ball joints are hitting a lot better. The face looks much better. You can definitely see that face that looks accurate to his worried look or the way he looked on film, where I'm not gonna lie, the MonsterArts looks more like a meme. I just can't take it serious. Like that face, it's just too funny. I'm being truthful. Now the Mothra, I gotta give MonsterArts props for attempting to do a newly paint job on the wings and all of that. But unfortunately, the body is what needed the upgrade the most. Hiya Toys, they've seemed to have a translucent Mothra with great articulation. It seems like the 2019 version, just with a brand new paint job and maybe some added details with bendy wire, which is great on the wings. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be always a divided community, because there's going to be people that support MonsterArts and people that support Hiya Toys. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that we are all Godzilla fans and we love both companies. The only reason why a lot of the fan base was lost with MonsterArts is because it seemed like they stopped trying with their figures. When you compare them to Hiya Toys, you really do see a day and night difference with both companies. You can really see a company that's actually trying with their figures at a much affordable price instead of charging 2 times the price with no accessories and just letting down the fan base. And it's not only that, it's not only accuracy, it's not only accessories, it's not only the price and everything that I pointed out, it's the fact that they go back and fix things that need to be fixed. For example, MonsterArts has their Beast Kong, right? It's the same Kong that we saw from 2019, just painted in a darker tone with the Beast glove. Unlike Hiya Toys gave us a completely new skull from their original Godzilla vs. Kong figure. You can definitely see such a big difference when you compare both of those figures. It's the fact that they actually change what is supposed to be changed, and MonsterArts keeps a single model for everything throughout the years, instead of saying, okay, this figure has definitely changed and it definitely has to be upgraded. Not just a paint job, not just some minor details. No, it has to be completely overhauled, redesigned, and give our customers a newly figure. And that's the thing that a lot of people are not satisfied with MonsterArts, that whenever there's an issue, it just never gets addressed. And when it does, it takes forever. It's a little too late to be doing that already, And same thing with their Scar King. The MonsterArts simply looks a tad bit, not accurate. It looks weird. And when you compare it to the Hiya Toys, you can see a big difference with the facial expressions, the way they look, the way the articulation is engineered is just a little bit better. So it really does put into question, why isn't MonsterArts the company that it used to be when it used to shine? And a lot of people have noticed, including myself, that they shine with their classic monsters. Look at Godzilla 2000. Look at some of their classic Godzillas that they've done. And the MonsterVerse figures always are very questionable. And like I said, we're about to get the Kaiser Ghidorah from Final Wars and other monsters. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of amazing surprises from both companies this year. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. In the comments down below, I want everybody from MonsterArts to write at least 5 things you believe could improve MonsterArts as a whole in general. What are 5 things you believe could definitely push this company forward in a good way with figures, accessories, or any key points you believe need to be changed and addressed for this company to shine again? Now for Hiya Toys, write 5 things you believe they can improve as well. I want to see the comparison for both, companies and what people think of both companies. How are you feeling overall with MonsterArts, with Hiya Toys? And the way that I view it is competition will always be healthy. If you look at MonsterArts, it seems like they've been stepping up their game as of lately with accessories, with accuracy, and a lot of great surprises we were not expecting, and a lot of fan favorite, long time requested figures. Like, honestly, they've been killing the game as of lately for their standards. But yes, I think definitely Hiya Toys is putting a lot of pressure on MonsterArts in a way where it's affecting, but not as much, but to the point where they are starting to notice a decrease and they're doing something about it. It's either they stay behind or they step up their game. So that's what I think. Anyways, guys, this is RubiGamingx. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.